Hey, I wanted to speak to you just for a quick moment. I was sitting here earlier today and I was being reminded of a time where doubt and depression would kind of drip in and out of my mind. And it almost felt like an ongoing battle. I'm not sure if you've ever felt that way. You have a great going day, things are going well, but somehow things don't turn out the way that you thought that they should. And you take things super personal. I do that a lot, take things personal. And many times I don't land on my feet after having those thoughts. But I quickly remember that it's all about building. The podcast, Building the Inner You, basically, when I think of the word building, it reminds me of a time as a teenager. My grandfather had his own construction business, and he would allow me to come out and work on weekends to make some big money. Back then, $15 an hour was huge. I thought it was amazing. But anyway, I can remember before we even put walls up to build the house that we were working on, it was something super important that we had to do, and that was to lay the foundation. So I don't know if you've ever had a chance to look at that process, but the process pretty difficult, and there's a lot of little steps in there that are challenging. So from what I could remember, of course, you have to dig the hole and make sure you dig down enough, especially in Illinois when you have a basement. So dig down deep enough. But you have to order all of the equipment. Sometimes it comes late. There was this piece of equipment that's called a form. So we would have to oil and make sure that we took hundreds of forms off of the truck. And we would have to place these forms on the edge around the hole that was dug, if you can kind of imagine that. But the thing is these forms weighed anywhere from like 50 to 75 pounds. So of course you got a really great workout. I can remember smashing fingers, even though I had gloves on. I remember one particular moment. I don't know why I can just remember this one, but I remember my uncle slipped and like got a scar under his eye. Like, it can be a very hard process. And it takes a while, you know. You don't build a life in one day. You build it in the quiet decisions that no one else sees.